Guys, the CoD League is finally back. We made it. We made it through the driest news period in CoD history, potentially. And the CDL finally announced the schedule for the Call of Duty League moving forward. Yeah, man, it is refreshing to finally have the news, the official schedule for League once again. I mean, I was working on the community tournament highlights today and then checked Twitter and was like, holy cow, it's happening. It's happening. Insert office GIF here. It's finally happening. And guys, I'm really optimistic about how this potentially play out when you look at the details. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Home series are back, and the first one is this weekend, man. CDL Dallas, or I guess that's what it's still called now. CDL Dallas Online Extravaganza is happening this weekend. So they're maintaining a very similar schedule to what it was before, moving it online, and basically we'll be going from there. So as you guys can see here, we got the Empire hosting their tournament this weekend, April 10th through 12th. Then we've got the Huntsmen, April 24th through 26th. The Mutineers, May 8th to 10th. The Seattle Surge, May 22nd to 24th. Rokkr, again, June 5th to June 7th. The Legion, June 19th to June 21st. New York Subliners, June 10th to June 12th. Royal Ravens, July 17th to July 19th. And the Toronto Ultra, wrapping it up July 24th to 26th. I'm sure they're still holding out hope that they can do an in-person CoD Champs in August. Obviously, the longer we go with this and kind of looking at the details, it seems unlikely, which is really, really disappointing. Unless they're willing to push it back as long as possible. And potentially, obviously I have no idea, but potentially if the new CoD gets delayed, you might have the opportunity to do a CoD Champs like in September or even in October if the new CoD actually is delayed, like it seems like it might be with the corona going on like this. So I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens with that. But we finally have the league schedule, and there's been a lot of action. They actually put out a lot of details about the tournament and how it's gonna work. And I'm actually really optimistic when you look at the details about how this could actually play out. So from now on, all the tournaments will be 3-day tournaments, unlike before when they were just 2 days. They'll start 4 p.m. on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, and 4 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. And they'll be featuring the same teams that were supposed to be at all of the home tournaments before. So they're not changing it up. It won't be all 12 teams in every tournament. It'll still be the same format with teams having bye weeks and bye tournaments, but just basically moved online. So the biggest news that we got from this whole thing was that there's now dedicated servers for these teams to compete on during the online tournament. So the biggest worry for a lot of people heading into this online league was, so you're going to literally have a neutral host or some random person hosting something, or are the players going to have to host their own maps with the CODcasters and joining in, or who's going to be hosting these maps for the CoD League? But now we finally have the answer that they've worked with Infinity Ward to create dedicated servers, which is what we've seen kind of in the GB system. I think it's very similar to that, but I think they have their own dedicated servers for the online league. So that's good to see. I think they should have really fair connections, which hopefully will minimize the effect that great internet has, because obviously having great internet is the biggest benefit for when you're hosting the tournament yourself. And of course, a neutral dedicated host that's played on 60 hertz servers versus the 12 hertz servers that custom games were going to have to play on before is a massive upgrade, and by far the biggest news that'll help maintain the integrity of the league moving forward versus what it would have been previously, what we thought it might have been without any dedicated servers and with some random neutral host, or potentially just hosted by the players themselves. So this is a way better option and makes me personally way more excited about the online league. The unfair advantage of the host plus on the 12 hertz servers really affected my enthusiasm for the fairness and the integrity of the league. So now I'm rambling, but basically the dedicated servers makes me feel really good about the league and very excited moving forward about it. They said in the bottom of the statement that we have been testing these servers in collaboration with our players as we continue to optimize our solution and minimize latency for the different match variations we may see in the home series tournament format. So this hopefully will eliminate a lot of the problems that people potentially had with the online system, and will make it fair for everybody. So I'm really grateful about that for the online league. The other side of this coin is the challenger side, the amateur side of the CoD League. Now we finally got our information for that as well, and there's a lot to go on here. So in a lot of ways, it's staying similar. There's going to be tournaments tied to every single weekend, to my understanding, based off of this statement here. As you can see right here, it says, additionally, for our aspiring Path to Pro community, teams hosted Call of Duty Challengers events will now take place online in conjunction with teams' home series weekends and will feature dedicated tournaments across North America, Europe, and Asian Pacific region. The league will also produce 5 dedicated 2-day Challengers events, each with $50,000 in prizing, held across all 3 regions. So Jack Felling on Twitter, who works with the CoD League, he clarified this whole AM situation here with, he's saying there's going to be $15,000 challengers team opens. So the normal tournaments that accompany the CoD League weekends, those will happen online as well. And then there will be 5 additional $50,000 challengers cups, deeper pricing, and a dedicated broadcast on Sundays. So supposedly we'll have more coverage for that when it comes to $50,000 challengers cups, and we'll go from there. So that's really, really, really exciting. I think, you know, overall a step in the right direction for the AM scene, especially with the online format, and hopefully overall in a big broad picture, this will help the online scene in a lot of ways. I mean, with all things considered, I think we have to be pretty happy with it. So broad picture, how is this going to affect the CoD League moving forward? I mean, it's only positive that we're finally seeing CoD back again. The dedicated servers are a huge step in legitimizing the online league, and I actually think that potentially moving forward, this could be a positive for the CoD League. You know, there is a world where maybe people who currently have been very invested in the CoD League aren't as invested in the online league or the online tournaments because, you know, it's not the same experience, it's not the same vibe, there's not the hype that there was with the in-person tournaments. But at the same time, people who have nothing else going on, who are finally getting back into CoD for the first time in a long time because they have nothing else to do, they might be able to get interested in the CoD League, and hopefully this is like the hook that reels them in, and then by the time that in-person CoD tournaments come back, they'll be all on board. So I'm going to be optimistic about this and hope that the online format actually helps the league grow over time, and it's actually not a hindrance whatsoever for the league in the big picture. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. I really, really do appreciate it. And of course, the Best of 3 Call of Duty Esports podcast coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. We're going to be predicting, hopefully, Dallas tournament this weekend and going through all the news and all of our gathered thoughts on this whole situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. And the community tournament highlights video will come out on either Wednesday or Thursday for sure. So be on the lookout for that. But as always, guys, remember, yourself is elite, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.